you also might not know that at one point, and Doug can correct me if I'm wrong, but you tried out for Kiss, right? You were going to be the next Tommy you were gonna be the next Ace Frehley, right? Tell Jeremy that story and what happened and how did that sort of turn out?
Well, it turned out fine. It worked out for the best because they got Vinnie Vincent. He was great.
Right.
He wrote some great tunes with them, but and they had Bob Kulick in the background during that time. So basically, Jeremy, it's a long story. I've told it so many times that I'm going to just try and make it short. I moved to LA. Of course I liked Kiss, but Zeppelin was my band, and I didn't think much of it. I got in a band.
Ace Frehley's just playing Jimmy Page's licks. I mean,
that's kind of true. But at the time, they wanted more of a fiery kind of guitar style. I think it was kind of coming into that.
Was that because of Eddie Van Halen? Do you think Eddie Van Halen changed that whole scene and made people realize, shit, we need to play faster?
I think it was also Randy Rhoads in the early 80s.
That's it. Randy and Eddie, those guys, they lit it up, man. They were terrorizing other guitar players with their new styles, and I think a little bit of that was going on, but I moved out. I was 18. I moved to California. I formed a band. We were kind of part cover, part original. We were starting to write, and Eric Carr came to a gig and asked me to come down and meet the guys. And so I did, and it was bizarre. At first I didn't really know if that was really Eric Carr, but he had the hair, that big hair. And so I was like, it's got to be him. So then when he invited me to the record plant to meet Gene and Paul, I went down, and I felt guilty looking at these guys in their face because you're not supposed to see Kiss without their
makeup,
masks, their makeup, or they're always covering with sunglasses, and so I felt awkward.
Yeah, they were ahead of the COVID curve. They were right ahead. They trendsetters. They were.
Yeah, they were more than I knew they were. But they basically were super nice to me. I played across a couple of their tracks from there. I think they were doing Creatures of the Night.
Mm-hmm.
And long story short, Gene wrote down some songs with this number and asked me to learn these songs, and could I have them ready by Monday to come have a jam. And so we did. We played, and it was incredible. It was the first time playing through like multiple Marshall stacks.
Wow.
And I'm just sitting back there feeling the power of a wall of Marshalls just tearing my head off. And Paul's in front of me and Gene's over there, and it was really wild for a kid. I thought that's it. It's what you do. You move to LA and you join a big rock band. If you
move to LA and you join Kiss or Queen or the Police or whoever's out there that week.
So right. It went pretty good. And then the next time they called me about a week later and said, can you come back again? And I started to get a little nervous at this point. I didn't,
Did you want to join Kiss?
Well, at that point, hell yeah. I was like, this is what I'm supposed to do. But
yeah,
and I thought, I didn't plan on it, but I'm going to roll with it, And but I mean, I was just a baby, and these guys were, seasoned. They were world superstars, and we did not. The one thing we could do, we could play music together, but we couldn't have a normal conversation because I had no experience. I had no life skills at all. I didn't even know about keeping a bank account open. My bank account was done. I lost my phone after 3 months of not paying a bill. I never paid a bill before. I didn't know. So when they called me to come down to the record plant, they had to call the music store where I was working at. And I didn't have a phone. And then the second audition, my car broke down. I didn't have a car, so my buddy drove me.
Oh,
and
man.
In the end, Eric was really nice. He called me and he said, "Listen, we think you're a great guy." He didn't say kid, but that's probably what he was thinking.
Great kid.
And he said, keep doing what you're doing. You're really good. But we need someone with more experience. And now for anybody that wants to know, it doesn't matter how good you are. You really have to be able to hang. If you're going to get a gig, whether it's a job in any situation where you're working close with people, you have to be comfortable with each other, and you got to be able to be yourself.
Personality goes a long way.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I can tell that me and Jeremy could hang out, and in 2 seconds we get a beer, and we're just hanging, talking. It's like, hey, what about this? Well, yeah, that.
Yeah.
The kids can hang out. Grandpa over here will just go somewhere.
But 18-year-old Doug, auditioning for Kiss, kind of fangirling, not a good hang.
Well, hey,
it was just so it turned out great though, because they got a tremendous guitar player, songwriter in Vinnie Vincent. Short-lived. I wish he would have hung in there a little more, or whatever happened. I don't know, but yeah, I realized how great Kiss was. I didn't realize. I mean, I listened to my sister had a record player, and she had the Alive thing, and I had some Koss headphones, and I listened to that and go, wow, that's what a concert sounds like. Holy shit.
Yeah.
And it was
what
amazing.
a good producer sounds like. Let's put it that way.
I don't know. I don't know what was live and what wasn't. I don't even want to know, but it sounded great, but I didn't recognize until a lot later how killer their songwriting was. It was like brilliant,
Yeah, there's a lot of great songs in that catalog, and people do like to talk shit about, some of the mediocrity things that are a part of the Kiss music. But like a lot of people say, oh, Kiss made up what they lacked in talent and songwriting. They made up for it with their live show. But if you really go and listen to the music, there's some killer songs in there, man.
Pretty much everything. I mean, there's nothing. I would appreciate anything. I'm not. There's guys like Mitch and probably yourself and guys, other people that friends of mine that are deep. They know every little thing about every detail about who played on what with Kiss and who did this and who did that. I have no idea. But when I hear one of their old songs, I'm like, wow, that stands up today. It's really good.